In this video, I'll demonstrate how to input data directly into an Excel spreadsheet. Excel is widely used in education and professional settings, and Excel can easily be imported into data analysis programs, including the one that we'll use for this class, called SPSS, the statistical package for the social sciences. Let's get started. Once you open Excel, you'll start with a screen like this one. This is a spreadsheet where you can input data directly. Now notice this is a blank, unlabeled Excel spreadsheet. For our assignment, we'll actually use one that I've previously labeled. Let's go ahead and switch to that one right now. Notice there are numbered rows on the left-hand side. Each row represents one person's data. The columns represent the variable names, and these will be the variables where we will collect the data. Inside each cell will be the actual data from each subject. If you're inputting data, it's important that you are always aware of the location of your cursor at all times. If you're inputting data for yourself or for another individual, you should make sure you stay on a consistent row at all times to make sure that you don't make any mistakes. This is going to ensure proper organization of your data. As we know, careless data entry is going to result in meaningless data. To input data, you should review the columns located on the top of the matrix. Researchers often use something called a codebook. Here is an example of a partial codebook that gives some guidelines for assigning numbers to the data that you are about to enter. You'll notice that for different variables, as are listed here, you can see the numbering assignments that are used for the data entry. To complete the homework assignment, you're going to use the codebook to know what numbers to assign for each of the cells. And for this homework assignment, you'll only be working on one row. So start with indicating the last 4 digits of your student ID number. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Then I'm going to indicate age. Then using the codebook, I'll fill in all of the rest of the cells so that each cell is complete. Now, notice when you get to column K, you're going to record your introversion, extroversion tendency. So if you're introverted, you're going to mark 1, and if you're extroverted, you'll mark 2. That same thing is going to apply for all of the Myers-Briggs results that you have. Lastly, I'm going to indicate my argumentativeness as well as my verbal aggressiveness. In your class, you may have used instruments to measure tolerance for disagreement, nonverbal immediacy, or who knows, communication apprehension. Those are different scores from assessments that you have already completed online. So as you're finishing the data, you're going to realize that each classmate inputs different data, and you're going to notice that the data will become more and more complete as a matrix. After all of that, it's going to look something like this. This is an example of a completed spreadsheet. This is one that was used in a collaboration process, just like our class, and you notice that the data are now filled in. Of course, these are different variables, and it was for a different semester, but it gives you an idea of what it's going to look like at the end. If any of these items are uncomfortable for you to answer, make sure you leave them blank, and you can indicate that to your instructor or teacher's assistant by sending an email if you have any questions.